Hey, good evening. And I'm checking my phone to make sure I got my numbers right. This is 44 of 365. 44 of 365. This is Dwayne Bennett. I'm glad you spent a little time with me today. Just wanted to kind of walk you through my day a little bit, and I think it's some things in there that I've seen, heard, and done today that's really going to help you. The first thing I did today was I'm part of Mount Gilead Full Gospel International Ministries, and we also support a Kingdom Advance conference, which is us going around the world helping people spread the gospel of Christ, making people better, excuse me, not making people better, help people get better, providing shoes, clothing, money, pats on the back, hugs, medical help, all sorts of things in order to help people not only get to the next level personally, but get to the next level in the kingdom. And we had this young gentleman today, he was speaking on behalf of the millennials. His name was Pastor Ty Francis. And one of the things that he said was interesting was that the millennials, they're like buckets and they're waiting for us as the older generation, if you will. He was, separating the generations, younger generation or current generation to a little older generation. And they're open vessels, they are buckets waiting for us to pull in or pour in the things that will help them get to their next level. And it was so interesting today because sometimes in dealing with our young people and dealing with the millennials, millennials, and probably every generation, even when I was coming up, every generation get a bad rap for the way that they see the world, the things that they do, and the things how they want to approach life. But his thing was, even though they may not appear like they're listening, even though they may be pushing back, even though they have problems and they go through the same things over and over, they're still open to being poured into so we can help them get beyond where they are. And the other interesting thing he said too was a lot of interesting thing was that they want to hear from us. They're waiting to hear from us. They're waiting for us to embrace them. They're waiting for us to pull them in. But the thing that causes the friction sometimes is the I told you so, or do it this way, or my way, or really, they're really waiting for them. Here we go, waiting for them to come to us. But he encouraged us to go out and embrace them. And I really, that really resonated with me. That's the way I think in terms of when I work with my young men, to go out and get them, go out where they are, meet them where they are, and really help them get to where they really want to go and they really want to be and what they really want to have, but they just don't know how to get there. Even when I was at a human resource conference, an HR conference, and the title was what are the top things that are keeping HR executives up at night. And we had this section on millennials. Then we had some millennials talking, and we had some other people talking also. And the thing in a nutshell, what the millennials said, they don't want to be managed, but they don't mind being mentored. They don't want to be managed, but they don't mind being mentored. And what I took that to mean is, this generation is probably the smartest generation ever. They've grown up with the cell phone, the CDs, the different channels. So they have a lot of knowledge. They have a lot of skills. They have a lot of talents. They have a lot of things they can get to the world, but they don't necessarily want that management and tell them, you got to do it this way, that way, this way, this way, that way, that way, this way, this way. But they don't mind being mentored, meaning what? Guided towards a goal. Led toward a goal, if you will, supported towards a goal, cared towards a goal. And here we go in the whole scenario, loved toward a goal. So they may not want to be managed. I mean, hey, this is where they got to be, and this is the only way it has to be. But they don't mind being mentored or coached or supported or loved or cared or setting example for along the way. And that was one of the things that I already knew, but I'm glad that he reinforced that. So when I go work with young people, I can meet them where they are and not always say, you got to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But why don't you, here we go. Why don't you consider doing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then we'll see how that works out. And then if that works out well for you, you keep doing it. But if not, come back and we'll do some other things. So that was one of the things that was interesting today, and I got a lot from that. Some reinforced things, but some new things for me, not only to do when I work with my young people, when I work with my son, my daughter, people within my family that's, if you will, the millennial generation or younger generation, to really, really, really to care for them, to love them, to comfort them, not always tell them exactly what to do, but kind of coach them, kind of mentor them, kind of support them to get to their goals, and they can receive this instruction better. So that was one of the great points I got from him. Then we had another pastor. Who was that? That was Pastor Sanders, and this is a concept that people sometimes push back on in the church, but push back on in general. And what he was saying was that throughout the Bible, and specifically in the passages that he was showing, that's a passage that says your gift will make room for you. And a lot of people take that meaning your natural gift. You know, I have a gift of speaking. I can break down complex ideas and concepts and make them simple for people to understand and implement. That's my gift. Speaking, training, coaching, help people get to the next level. That's my gift. But that's not the thing that's going to bring me in front of great men and kings. The thing that's going to bring me in front of great men and kings is my gift in terms of my offering, or presenting my treasure, or if you want to break it all the way down to some monetary things, will bring you before great men. And that concept is always about giving. And then if you give, you receive. And that's not just a, if you will, a spiritual concept or principle, or a religious concept or principle. That's a natural law that if you read personal development books, if you listen to people, Tony Robbins, if you will, Les Brown, they like the classic people, Zig Ziglar, they're always talking about giving. And if you give, you're able to receive. This just popped in my mind. Zig Ziglar said that if you help enough people to get where they want to be, then you'll automatically get where you want to be. If you help a lot of people get where they want to be, then you'll automatically help yourself get where you want to be. And it's all about giving. So I was glad that there was a reinforcement for me personally, because every day I get on live and I give the best that I have for the day, the best that I have for my training, the best that I have that I know or led or feel or thought about that people will need today. I'm just giving. And since I've been doing this, whether it's 44, did I say 44? I forgot the number, 44, 365, I'm just giving, then I've been getting more response in terms of people just, hey, giving support, and likes are good. Those type of support, good comments. I've been getting people reaching out to me on higher levels, just want to talk to me about what I'm doing. And one lady, she had just came back from around the world. She had said she took a tour of, I think it was Russia. What was it? Russia. What else over there? Paris. Came back around through Canada, 4 or 5 places. And because of one of the groups that I was in, my message resonated with her. And she called me and said, hey, what can I do to help you? And she really talked to me a lot about human resources, employee engagement, what's the other concept? Diversity, equity, and inclusion, those things which I'm getting more into. And she really gave me some insight to see things in a different way. And because I was giving, and because she saw the message, now she's giving to me. And this is the other thing. She said, she's been doing this for 33 years. And she said, I want to put you in my channels of people. I want to introduce you to the people that I know, the people that I work with. And I'm sure you can get some out of that. Interpretation, I want to introduce you to people that hire me, and these people want to hire you, and you can do what? You can receive some monetary benefits. So that's all about giving. Even if you've seen the last, my last, what was it? My last one.